Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. One I've been meaning to do for the past, 6 or 7 days. It's actually a reply to Carsten Olsen, his 1,000 subscribers thread. Um, I saw his video like about a week and a half ago. I told him I was going to do a response. Like a day or so after that, I started pulling stuff out for the response. And then it just kind of sat there for like the last 5 or 6 days, almost a week. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and make this video before I run out and do anything else because I definitely want to tip my hat off to Carsten, um, one of the greats of the VC. I mean, just one of those guys that not only has a good collection, has a nice stereo setup. Uh, just also one of those guys who just cracks you up. I mean, sometimes just brings stuff out of nowhere that you don't necessarily expect from him. And one of my answers actually to one of his questions here will kind of demonstrate that, at least from my point of view. So, absolute great guy. If for some reason you don't know him, my analog corner is his. You actually, I think he changed it, or maybe it's always been that. I've always known him as my analog corner, but now it's showing my analog corner dash Carsten Olsen. So if again, for some reason, if you don't know his channel or never heard of him or whatever the case may be, make sure you go over there, subscribe, check him out. Um, he has a lot of old videos if you're meeting him for the first time too. Just good stuff to kind of archive through. So let me just kind of jump right in and again give my congrats and answer his questions. Now, question number one, he asked, well, in the video, he showed this guitar that he kind of, finished and put together in the whole nine. It was really kind of cool. He had some snapshots throughout his video kind of showing the process, but he asked us to name it, or what we would name it, suggestions. Now, I'm pretty sure that my suggestion is not going to be one that he'll end up using, but, I have to go what my heart tells me. And Carsten, if I had my choice of naming your guitar, it would be no other than Dr. Love. That would be the name of your guitar. and and that just kind of goes back to, matter of fact, that's my own little personal nickname that I've attached to Carsten, because he did this video. This might have been what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I mean, it's been a while, but I think it was a Valentine's Day video or something like that. And man, he introduced us to Dr. Love, which is almost like this alter ego that he has sometimes. I've only seen him in like 2 or 3 videos, but just cracks me up. And it's the first thing I think about whenever I think about Carsten in videos, is that Dr. Love character that he has. It just cracks me up. Um, so I'm sure if you guys go back and find that video, you'll see that 50 of those views were just from me, because it just cracks me up. So again, I know that's probably not a good name for you to use, but yeah, I would love to see Dr. Love stenciled across the bottom of there somewhere. That'd be freaking awesome. So that's my name suggestion. Question number two: name 1 to 3 of your favorite guitar solos. Another one of those big questions, like your favorite rock album of all time, or whatever. Very hard to do, but I did narrow it down. I came up with a couple of a couple of runner-ups, if you will. Just wanted to kind of share. And actually, one of them was wrong, in the sense that I went and pulled out this "Hang On Sloopy" by the McCoys, which does have a decent guitar solo in it. But when I pulled it out, I was thinking Louie Louie. That's actually the song I was thinking about, but for some reason I went and pulled out the McCoys. But and it's definitely a decent guitar solo with "Hang On Sloopy." But the Louie Louie guitar solo, I think, is a very, very underrated guitar solo. I think that the song itself is so big, and the chorus and all that is so common, that guitar solo really gets overlooked. But if you go back and just again listen to it and specifically pay attention to that solo, I mean, he was riffing. I mean, that was an incredible guitar solo. So that's an honorable mention, even though it's the wrong one, still a decent one. But Louie Louie was that honorable mention. Let me kind of preface this too before I get into my actual picks. When I think about what's a good guitar solo, or great or favorite guitar solo, it's by far not what's the most technical, like everything Milestein is just the greatest guitar solo. No, not necessarily, because there are obviously millions and millions and millions of people out there that can play, that can riff, that can just get their fingers working all over the place. But I don't think everyone can make a song and then produce a guitar solo that not only captures the essence of the song, but then also takes the rest of the song to another level. A lot of guitar solos to me are more fill, and it's what you're supposed to do in the song. Even if it's a good solo, it's what you're supposed to do. But is the song carrying the guitar solo, or does the guitar solo carry the song? And I think in the examples I'm showing, of course, all in my opinion, these guitar solos actually carry the song. The song doesn't carry the solo. So that's where I'm coming from with my up here. So one more honorable mention. I do want to throw this one out here. Gary Moore, Corridor Power. This is a blind buy for me years ago. You talk about a great one. The song Cold Hearted, the guitar solo that he plays in that, especially the one at the very end after the second verse, I believe, is just, it's fantastic. It's just Gary Moore doing his thing before he kind of went, almost all blues, if you will. This is still when he was kind of doing his hard rock day stuff. So, very, very good stuff here. So definitely make that honorable mention. And I did pull out the CD too, so in case you do go out and you're thinking about picking this up, this is the vinyl, and the CD cover looks like that, just in case, because that actually confused me a little bit when I was first searching for this CD. And sometimes when I start shopping, I get very visual with the covers. I'm not necessarily reading, you know what I mean. But anyway, so 2 very good honorable mentions. But now my 3 picks, and for the most part I would say they're in order. First, I have to go with Clapton. You glare there. There we go. I have to go with Clapton, and it's the unplugged version of Layla is what I'm going to choose for my number 3. And I think that I think again that guitar solo is perfection. It takes that song to a whole nother level. It's amazing enough that he can go from the original version, which was so great, and take it to an acoustic and make it just as great as the original, but then also to bring that guitar solo into it, take it to another level. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the best guitar solos of all time. Just such a purity to that solo in connection with that song. So Clapton Unplugged is definitely one I gotta have. Next here, and you can really put these as a tie for number 1, but I'll just go ahead and go to this first one here, which is Jimi Hendrix. And of course the song is Voodoo Child. And it's the solo that, there's basically, in my mind, there's 3 solos in the song. There's the intro riff and solo, then there's a verse, then there's a solo, then there's a verse, then there's another solo. So there's kind of 3 in there. That second solo, right in the middle after the first verse, perfection. I mean, to me, that's the ultimate 25 seconds of Hendrix. I mean, out of all the crap that he's done, that 25 seconds of that solo after that first verse is the epitome of what makes Jimi Hendrix to me. And so yeah, I definitely have to put that in my all-time favorite solos right there. And again, there's a million you could probably pick by Hendrix, but that's the one that just takes me to a whole nother level. Now, last but not least, and you would not assume that this might be in the same discussion as Hendrix, so I know I might catch a few hate comments at the bottom there, but music moves you the way it moves you. Number 1, I'm picking the guitar solo from I Remember You by Skid Row. Again, first instinct with most people, and rightfully so, is that it's one of the cheesiest hair metal ballads that came out during that time, and that whole 9 and all that, and it's true. But the guitar solo for I Remember You, I don't know, in my opinion, maybe outside of Hendrix and Voodoo Child, that I've heard any other guitar solo that captures the essence of that song the way that that guitar solo does on I Remember You. It is total, absolute perfection. Not a single note needs to be changed on that. And I don't know what it is about it. It's just perfection in my mind. Um, and it's really weird. Like some of the 80s hair stuff that we tend to kind of look back on somewhat cheesy. I mean, I enjoy it to death, but in general, look back on it kind of in a cheesy way. Um, there was some fascinating stuff hidden in there, and so that is probably, I would say, my number one solo of all time because of those reasons. And I remember one time we did a a thread, and it was about best guitar intros, and it was Lay It Down by Rat. I mean, same thing. It's Rat. It's the song Lay It Down. It's 80s hair cheesy. That freaking guitar intro was perfection. Absolute perfection. So 80s hair metal kind of wins it again, if you will. So those last three, Skid Row, Hendrix, and Clapton, would be the three that I would pick for my favorite guitar solos. Now, number three, you said show me your car stereo or portable player. I don't have the editing stuff on my computer here, so I can't, go get a clip and come back and add it in. So I'll just kind of tell you really quick. My car stereos, I used to have the whole, big system thing and the two punch 12s and the punch 125, punch 40, punch 60, like the whole nine. But I pretty much have kind of basic systems in both my cars right now. The one thing that I do have in both is the DVD player that also has the TV and the USB. So mainly my portable device dealing with my car is my iPod Touch, which I have the thing ran into the glove box. You just plug the iPod in and you have control of it right on your touch screen there. And I like that a lot. It's pretty cool. I do like the one in my new car a little more, just because my old one is great. I mean, it's a Alpine, which is really nice. But the only thing that makes the new one a little better is that the new one actually shows the artwork, which the Alpine does. It just gives you all info, and you can search playlists and everything else, but it doesn't give artwork. It just shows all info. So I kind of like having the artwork that pops up in my new car a little bit better. I think the Alpine unit in my old car, that one is a little more user friendly than the unit in my new car. But still, they're both great units, and I just take my iPod Touch back and forth depending on which car I'm using for what. So yeah, iPod Touch, that basic thing. And as far as if I'm not in my car going to the gym or whatever else, I pretty much just kind of use my phone. I got this new Android a while ago, and I just put music out of my iTunes on it, and pretty much keeps it simple. This is one that has the hardened, I guess, kind of speakers and everything in it. So it doesn't sound too bad by itself, but then the headphones are really good as well. So I'm actually pretty darn happy with it as far as using the phone as a source. So yeah, that's about all I can share with you as far as portable stuff goes. So anyway, man, again, congratulations on the 1,000 subs. If you guys have not seen his channel, heard of his channel, My Analog Corner, Carsten, Carsten, and then Olsen, Olsen. I think that's right. Yeah. Go check out his channel. Congratulations, my friend. And tell Dr. Love I said hi. Would love to see him again. So take care, man. I'll talk to you later.